Finding the right care for an aging loved one can feel confusing, and knowing whether to keep mom or dad at home versus moving them into a senior living community, it's not always an easy call. You know, this morning we're talking about the common concerns, the mistakes families often make so you can avoid them when navigating those tough decisions. Nick Wake is the co-owner of CarePatrol of Western Michigan, joined today by Kiley McGiness, intake manager with Interim Healthcare. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. For Nick, I got to start again because, you know, you never know. People might not know what CarePatrol does. Yeah. Boy, you are a trusted partner in this process.
Yeah, we like to think so. We hope we are that person for so many people in the community. But I mean, like CarePatrol, we help families find that independent living, assisted living, memory care, and today that focus today is on in-home care. So that's a component that people don't always understand. They don't always call us looking for, but I think it's a really key piece in the continuum of care. And, you know, we think it's really important that folks understand it. That's why we brought on the expert.
Absolutely. That's true. People associate CarePatrol, they hear that and they think, oh, cool, an amazing free resource that's going to help me place mom or dad into the right place for them, right? But you do, as you mentioned, much more. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's in home. Let's talk about that. Talk about what you do at Interim.
Absolutely. So we are a home care provider. And that can be a confusing term, but home care is really an umbrella term for multiple different types of support you can receive in your home. Okay. For example, at Interim Healthcare, we offer the entire continuum of care to help someone age in place. So they could receive non-medical caregiver supports. Okay. Those are going to be things like help with your activities of daily living, dressing, bathing, meals, laundry, etc. We also offer physician-ordered medical care. So skilled home health, for example, would be physical therapy, occupational or speech therapy, skilled nursing. Okay. And then we offer specialized supports like hospice care. And we even support our communities with facility staffing so they can care for their residents to the fullest.
What are you hearing from families? That's a lot, by the way. You guys really are doing a lot.
We do.
When it comes to, what are you hearing? What are the concerns that families are having when they're going through this process?
Yeah, so when they're calling us looking for home care, their top concerns are they need trustworthy and reliable care providers. And that's something that we care deeply about. We do want to support our seniors with the best care staff. So we go above and beyond with our background screenings, drug screenings, ensuring that our caregivers are bonded and insured, that they are well trained. You know, these are not people that you hire off the street. Right. These are care professionals who have worked in the industry before, and then they are well matched to your loved one's needs.
Yeah, reliability is a key there, because I'm sure a consistent, reliable face and person means a lot.
Yes.
It really does. Let's talk a little bit about what are some of the mistakes that people are making when they're going through this process. We'd love to save somebody some grief.
Yes, thank you. So nowadays we have many online sources for finding a caregiver. I mean, Craigslist, Facebook. You can probably think of all the online websites somebody could grab a caregiver from the community from. That is not always the safest idea, though. We get a lot of calls at our office of things gone wrong, where families now need a professional caregiver because sadly their senior loved one was taken advantage of. So
that's obviously something everyone wants to avoid. You want to bring someone into your home that's going to take advantage of your loved one. So your vetting, your background checks, everything, and reliability, they'll be there every week.
Yes, we even go above and beyond, and our caregivers are on a GPS tracked application, so we know if they are on your property. You just get a lot of assurances when you work with a professional agency that you will not when you hire under the counter.
And Nick, when you find some families want to stay in the home, right? I mean, that's their first choice.
Yep, and that's what we try to do. We obviously do help families find those community living situations, but if they're appropriate to be in the home, we don't want to force anybody out of their home. We know that their best outcomes are when they're in a familiar environment, and the least disruptive to their livelihood, especially if they're just coming to terms with a diagnosis or a change in life situation. So we really appreciate the opportunity to work with really above board organizations, places that really do their due diligence and their caregiver research. We don't operate with folks that are under the table. We just don't. We work with organizations that are professional, have standards, and definitely go go out of their way to find trusted folks for their loved ones.
Bob, what a great resource. I love CarePatrol, obviously many community partners, Interim Health, just one of them that can help you in that situation. If that is you, if you're going through this, maybe you do want to stay home. Well, if you're scared about that, if you're nervous about in-home care, give CarePatrol a call and get your questions answered. You can always call them 616-773-2085 or go to carepatrol.com/WMCR for more information. Thank you so much for the time this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.